The chilling night air, laden with the salty scent of the sea, whipped across Isabella's face as she approached the imposing Blackout Manor. The manor, once a symbol of prosperity and elegance, now exuded a somber and mysterious aura, its dark windows like empty eyes gazing into the darkness. Isabella, a renowned art historian with a special talent for unraveling mysteries, had been summoned in haste by a cryptic telegram from Sir Arthur Blackout, the current owner of the estate. The telegram, concise and unsettling, announced the disappearance of a priceless painting, The Dance of Shadows, a masterpiece by the enigmatic 18th-century artist Jean Morel. The painting, renowned for its vibrant colors and surreal depiction of figures dancing in a twilight setting, was the heart of the Blackout family's art collection and a national treasure. Upon being received by a grim-faced butler, Mr. Davis, Isabella was led through vast corridors filled with artworks, each seeming to whisper secrets of the past. The atmosphere in the manor was tense, permeated by a silence broken only by Isabella's hesitant footsteps and the distant echo of the butler's voice. "Sir Blackout is deeply disturbed by the painting's disappearance, Miss Isabella," he murmured, his face impassive. "He fears the news will leak to the press. The family's reputation is at stake." Finally, they reached Sir Arthur's study, a cavernous room dominated by a large fireplace and a massive oak desk. Sir Arthur, a middle-aged man with weary eyes and a grizzled beard, awaited her, his expression filled with concern. "Miss Isabella, thank you for answering my call," he said, his voice raspy. "We are in a terrible situation. The painting is gone." He recounted that the painting had last been seen the previous night, hanging in the manor's grand gallery, a location secured and guarded by security personnel. However, the following morning, the painting had simply vanished, leaving no trace of forced entry or violence. The doors were intact, the windows closed. "There's no evidence of forced entry," Sir Arthur explained, rubbing his temples. "It's as if the painting had evaporated." Isabella listened intently, her eyes scanning the study for clues. She noticed that the door to the gallery, situated next to the study, was now sealed with a wax seal. "May I examine the gallery?" she asked. Sir Arthur nodded resignedly. "Certainly. I'll have Mr. Davis accompany you." Entering the gallery, Isabella was overcome by a sense of emptiness. The space, once vibrant with the colors of The Dance of Shadows, now seemed incomplete. The painting's absence created a visual and emotional void. The room was pristine, too clean. The walls were white, and only the empty gilded frame marked the spot the artwork had once occupied. Isabella spent hours examining every inch of the gallery. She scrutinized the floor, walls, and ceiling, searching for any indication of how the painting had been removed. She noticed a faint scratch on the floor beneath the frame, but it was too subtle to be conclusive. "Davis, did you hear anything unusual last night?" she asked. The butler frowned. "No, Miss Isabella. I was in my quarters and heard no unusual noises." Isabella knew she needed to investigate further. This was no ordinary theft. Something more was at play, something involving dark secrets and a complex history. The enigma of the vanished painting was just beginning to unfold. Isabella's investigation led her to delve into the Blackout family archives, immersing herself in the manor's history and the origins of The Dance of Shadows. She discovered that Jean Morel, the artist, had been an enigmatic man involved in esoteric circles and with a peculiar fascination with the occult. Rumors suggested that the painting contained coded messages, secrets only initiates could decipher. While studying the documents, Isabella found an old diary belonging to one of Sir Arthur's ancestors, Lord Edward Blackout, who had been a close friend of Morel. The diary revealed intriguing details about the painting's creation and Morel's passion for rituals and hidden symbols. "The Dance of Shadows is not merely a painting," Lord Edward wrote. "It is a key, a portal to another world." Morel believed that by reciting the right words and positioning the painting under the full moon's light, it would be possible to open a path to the unknown. This discovery further piqued Isabella's curiosity. She wondered if the painting's disappearance could be connected to these ancient rituals and forgotten secrets. With the help of a forensic art specialist, Isabella examined the empty frame of the painting. The specialist found traces of a strange substance on the back of the frame, a substance that appeared to be a type of fluorescent paint. "This paint is unusual," the specialist explained. "It reacts to ultraviolet light and reveals unseen patterns to the naked eye." Isabella, intrigued, used an ultraviolet light lamp and directed it at the frame. To her surprise, intricate patterns, resembling alchemical symbols, emerged on the wood. "It seems the frame was part of a more complex mechanism," Isabella murmured. "Perhaps, to remove the painting, these symbols needed to be activated." As her investigation continued, Isabella noticed that Sir Arthur was becoming increasingly withdrawn and disturbed. He spent most of his time locked in his study, refusing to elaborate on the painting's disappearance. Isabella began to suspect that he was hiding something crucial to unraveling the mystery. She decided to confront him. "Sir Arthur, I know you are going through a difficult time, but I need you to be honest with me," Isabella said on a cold, rainy night. "You know more than you are revealing. What are you not telling me about the Dance of Shadows?" Sir Arthur hesitated for a moment, his expression revealing a mixture of fear and guilt. Finally, he took a deep breath and began to speak. "The Blackout family has long been cursed," he confessed. "A curse tied to the Dance of Shadows and Moral's secrets." He explained that generation after generation, members of the Blackout family had suffered from mysterious illnesses and unexplained tragedies. It was believed that the painting held the power to release this curse, but also the power to destroy it. "The Dance of Shadows wasn't merely stolen, Miss Isabella," Sir Arthur said, his voice trembling. "It was taken to fulfill its ultimate purpose." He revealed an ancient prophecy, written in Lord Edward's diary, that spoke of the painting's return and the awakening of an ancestral power. The prophecy stated that on a night of the full moon, the painting would be used to open a portal and unleash an ancestral force. Isabella realized the situation was far more serious than she had imagined. She wasn't just investigating a theft, but an event with supernatural implications. The race against time had begun. She needed to find the painting before the prophecy came true and the Blackout curse became a reality. The night of the full moon was rapidly approaching. With Sir Arthur's revelation, Isabella found herself in a frantic race against time and the unknown. She needed to understand the purpose of the Dance of Shadows and where the painting might be. She resumed her investigation, this time with a new focus: the prophecy and the hidden symbols. She discovered that the symbols revealed on the frame corresponded to a star map, a map that pointed to a specific location within the manor itself: the ancient Blackout family chapel, abandoned for centuries. The chapel, located in a remote area of the manor gardens, was a somber and mysterious place, shrouded in legends and superstitions. Isabella, accompanied by the courageous, though reluctant, Mr. Davis, entered the chapel with a mixture of apprehension and determination. The chapel was in ruins, with the roof collapsed and the walls covered in moss and ivy. In the center of the location stood a stone altar adorned with strange and enigmatic symbols. While searching the chapel, Isabella found a secret compartment behind the altar. Inside the compartment, she found an ancient book, bound in leather, containing detailed information about Moral's rituals and the prophecy of the Dance of Shadows. The book revealed that the painting would not be used to open a portal to a dark force, but to seal it. The painting, in fact, would act as a shield, protecting the world from the malevolent forces Moral had invoked. Isabella, with the help of the book, began to decipher the rituals and understand the painting's true purpose. She realized that the disappearance of the Dance of Shadows was not the end, but the beginning. Someone was attempting to use the painting for sinister purposes. Her investigation led her to a surprising confrontation: Mr. Davis, the butler. Davis, who had been in the manor for years and always seemed to know every secret of the Blackout family, was in fact a member of a secret cult that worshipped ancestral forces. He was using the Dance of Shadows to open the portal and unleash these forces. The final battle took place in the chapel itself during the night of the full moon. Davis, using his knowledge of the rituals and with the help of his followers, attempted to complete the ritual. Isabella, with the help of Sir Arthur and a group of local residents, confronted Davis and his followers. The struggle was intense and chaotic, with spells and enchantments being cast and the chapel shaking with the released energy. Isabella, using the knowledge she had gained, managed to thwart Davis's plans and seal the portal before the ancestral forces could be unleashed. In the end, Davis was defeated, and the Dance of Shadows was recovered. The painting, now understood as a symbol of hope and protection, was returned to the manor's gallery, where it remained vigilant and protective. Blackout Manor, though still shrouded in mystery, became a place of peace. Sir Arthur, relieved by the end of the curse, thanked Isabella for her courage and intelligence. As Isabella prepared to depart, she reflected on the enigma of the vanished painting. It was a mystery that had taken her to dark places and dangerous confrontations. But in the end, she had unraveled the truth and saved everyone. The chilling night air, this time, felt lighter, laden with the scent of hope and the promise of new mysteries to be unveiled. The story of the Dance of Shadows and the enigma of the vanished painting would be remembered for generations, a testament to Isabella's courage and persistence in unraveling the secrets of the past.